I hope, first of all, I'm pleased to see such a big number of you still alive and vital today after a very exhaustive day yesterday, full of information and full of impressions probably as well. And I hope that you were able to digest all this envelope over the night, and that today you are again fully prepared for doing the last step of our gathering, which title is Regional Networking for Social Entrepreneurship Agenda in Southeast Europe. I'm going to be a moderator of the panel today. Since the translations are not available today, we decided that we are going to run the workshop or the panel in a mixed way. So I'm going to moderate in English so that everyone from our European partners and others can understand. Probably some colleagues will do a combination work, but we will try to provide all the sum-ups in all languages so that you will be able to participate, to listen and to understand, and then to participate. For our colleagues and partners from Southeast Europe, of course, it is possible when you are taking the floor later on, you can also take the floor in your own language if it is difficult to take a floor in English language. Let me first of all give some introductory note or my observation and explanation. Why did we decide in Novum to launch this idea, and why we saw as important for us to sit together today on this specific topic. Then I will introduce a little bit how we will run this panel, and I hope that, of course, somewhere until 12 o'clock we will finalize our mission, our purpose for meeting today, and we will then have another round of networking during the short refreshment after the panel. So, as it was already several times said yesterday, the promotion of entrepreneurship with social and environmental objectives has been based on some times ago already known values, in particular in our area, which are cooperation, solidarity, trust, business and moral ethics, creativeness and innovativeness through job and hard work as a basis for success. You know, it is a little bit ironic that now, after 20 years or even 30 years of transition, we are again looking back to those values, maybe through the new angle, as a new, through a new perspective. But if we are talking about Southeast Europe, including Slovenia in this case, I would say we are currently societies which are a little bit tired of transition, which are pretty much destroyed because of the transition, and suddenly we see new hope and new ideas coming out of the same values which in certain way we were already practicing 30, 40 years ago. Global and global financial and economic crisis, in fact, proved that new emerging trend of social economic development and social entrepreneurship as its driver is pretty much tough in facing the challenges of crisis. Though yesterday many of our panelists, of course, also emphasized that even cooperatives and other types of social enterprising faced certain aspects of crisis, and also some of them has to close, some of them had to lay off some of the people, some of the employers. On general, we can still see throughout Europe that social economy is growing, that there are new initiatives coming, which means that social economy is more and more seen as one of the key tools how to get out of the crisis and not lose the socially cohesive society and not deepen the gap between different groups in the society, which of course is a clear result of so-called neoliberal development paradigm, which was in fact the main driver of development during last decades. To rephrase again the Muhammad Yunus, yesterday one of our young colleagues, Giga, as moderator already mentioned this statement, but I couldn't resist to repeat it again today. Muhammad Yunus said, as one of the gurus, one of the main economists, who is not just developing theoretical models, but is also in depth practicing social entrepreneurship. He namely said clearly in his book Towards New Capitalism that social economy, social entrepreneurship is a missing part of capitalism, which will, when it's developed in its full range, enabled capitalism to become also human and environmentally sustainable. European Commission, in fact, and Slovenia as a part of European Union is now really doing, as even the letter of Mr. Barnier showed yesterday clearly, huge steps and firm steps towards mainstreaming the social economy into the single market of European Union. The new Single Market Act, which was introduced to European Parliament last autumn, and the action plan which follows for this year clearly show that social economy and social entrepreneurship as its driver are going to be one of the development priorities, one of the important development paradigms of new European internal market. And that's very important, because not just for us in Slovenia, but also for all the countries in our neighborhood in Southeast Europe, which for sure in due time will join us in this internal market. Maybe just a little bit again about Novum, why we decided, in fact, that we are going to use this conference to build this new regional partnership. First of all, because we believe that only in partnership is the way forward, and also because essential essential factor of success in social economy is cooperation, is partnership, is social capital, which is coming out of this cooperation. And we simply wanted that when organizing the conference with important mission of promotion of this new idea in Slovenia, and bringing together many of our existing partners from European Union, would be pity not to share this mission with countries and people in our neighborhood. And that's why we simply informally approached the main actor in this field, Regional Cooperation Center, Council, sorry, in Sarajevo, which is the successor of the Stability Pact. And as you could see yesterday from the initial presentation, that they are playing a very, very important role in strengthening cooperation in the region on various fields. So we simply started discussion, and then, as we are coming from the same history, from the same values that we shared once, at least our older generations, of course, with Jelica, we found very, very quickly consensus that this is really worth doing it. And we are very glad that Regional Cooperation Council accepted the mission and the challenge to host this panel today, and to really enable that we together are launching the start of the discussion, start of the process of regional cooperation and networking in the Southeast Europe as well. We also approached Slovenian government to ask them whether they would be prepared on general to support, as Slovenia lately rejoined the Regional Cooperation Council, and the general answer is that yes. So we hope that this will also become true throughout, if today's discussion will lead towards further steps of this process. I was several times asking myself during working on this new idea, why in particular Slovenia and former Yugoslavia, the states that are coming out of former Yugoslavia are facing such a rejection, such a mental problem when we are talking about social entrepreneurship. While social entrepreneurship is nothing very strange in, let's say, developed Western European countries, even in some Eastern countries, former Eastern countries like Poland and others, it's totally accepted, and it's not something that would be mentally questioned what is this, why is this happening, how is it possible that something is being done on entrepreneurial way, but without following the profit as a main target. And then I simply came to to my conclusion, which of course I want to share with you, and maybe this could be also a baseline of our future cooperation, how to overcome it. Namely, the fact that during the last 20 years of former Yugoslavia existence, we introduced so-called self-management system, which was based on social ownership of the companies, not on state ownership, but social ownership of the companies, which was introduced by law, not by citizen initiative, but by law, now, of course, and then we declared after the crisis in 80s that this is not working, that it is not something that we can follow, and then everyone was looking for its own solution, how to get out of this situation, and you know that the situation was not very friendly for many of our former Yugoslav republics. Of course, now there is additional mental and other barrier which does not exist in other countries. And that's why we felt as a need and maybe also as an opportunity, since Slovenia is now trying to do a step further in terms of introducing social entrepreneurship, that we share also this experience with our colleagues and friends from former Yugoslav republics, but not just from this place, but for whole region which is participating under the umbrella of Regional Cooperation Council. And all this with the only aim. We are all facing very big negative results of transition. I don't think that any of this country is fully satisfied with what has been achieved in the late 20 years. When we are looking where the main differences in terms of job creation, in terms of GDP contribution, between, let's say, well-established, well-developed countries of European Union and our area, then we see that the main difference is exactly social economy. Social economy in Europe contributes 5 to 6 times more to GDP and to job creation as in our areas. And that's why this is unexploited opportunity which we have to commonly address, and maybe also because yesterday it was clearly stated several times that in any case we are in a new era, we are facing a new era where new values will come into place and into force for development. Maybe this is additionally a good opportunity for all the region that use these opportunities more efficiently, and that together we establish a process of mutual learning which will enable us to speed up the processes. That's what I wanted to say for the beginning. Of course, we prepared as some baseline ideas, also some papers for you which were distributed, and which I hope will represent some how to say, some input for your thinking about this future cooperation. But we also prepared some inputs in particular. Firstly, I would invite, of course, our host organization, Regional Cooperation Councils, and Jelica Minic and Nan Shani as representatives of these organizations that will present here their own view on how to put this idea forward, and we would strictly like that, of course, regional cooperation councils under its auspices the whole process is developed. But of course, we would also like to look at the existing initiatives which are present in this area. So we will on one side present today to you the Slovenian initiative, which is intended to strengthen the cooperation between public and private and civil society sector. Of course, also one existing regional network, which is run under the NGO Act from Croatia, but is trans-regional, and it's supported also through European Union, because it would not be good that we start any further cooperation steps without looking at what is already ongoing and trying to upgrade those ideas, those outcomes, and further strengthen and put them into sustainable mode. That would be mainly our initial inputs. But then, of course, we expect that it is not one-side story, but that you also participate fully, in particular our colleagues, our participants from Southeast region, through what Jelica calls tour de table. I'm not French speaking, so that means that we will get to some initial view, common view today, whether this cooperation is likely to happen and which are the key pillars of it, maybe. And then, of course, we also distributed through the email to some of you some briefing papers, even a kind of joint statement. But what I would like to stress here, it is not something that we will adopt today. It is something for you to think about, to come with some ideas, and then later on, of course, we will, under the steps that will be presented by Jelica later and Shani later on, we'll try to put them into the practice. I would like, for conclusion of my introduction, also invite, of course, our partners from European Union to join as much as possible this emerging initiative, as I believe that their experience, their positive drive, which is clearly seen from all the presentations, will for sure significantly contribute to speeding up the process of development of social entrepreneurship in Southeast Europe agenda. So, as I said, our host, so the main partner of our today panel is Regional Cooperation Council. And now I would really like to invite Jelica Minic as Deputy General Secretary, and then Shani as a Program Manager, Task Manager in the Regional Cooperation Council, to introduce their vision, their view on promoting networking in social entrepreneurship in Southeast Europe, please.